Unlike David Lammy, when people in Africa are suffering because of some kind of natural disaster like famine or, in this case, Cyclone Idai, I'm going to suggest that maybe it's worth you helping them out. I mean, I know that you might be white and they might not be, but despite David Lammy's objections, I think that it's still a noble thing for you to help these people out. So if you want to, I definitely recommend. I'm not going to leave a link to any particular charity, but making you aware that this is something that's happening and these people are genuinely suffering. Like 500,000 people or something have been flooded out. So they really do need your help. And it's not just the material goods that they require. Apparently, they might be in need of education as well. Because if you don't believe that white people created Cyclone Idai, then you are under their spell. According to Black First Land First, which I presume is a Mozambique political party, but I don't follow their politics at all, so I couldn't tell you. But they've blamed the tropical cyclone Idai on whites and wants the African Union to demand reparations and relief from the West for their disaster. Which is pretty convenient, really, because, I mean, if you were going to ask anyone else, they'd just tell you to get bent, wouldn't they? I mean, like, India isn't going to give you anything, China isn't going to give you anything, Russia's not going to give you anything, South America's coming up with zero, but maybe the West will give you some money. It's amazing, isn't it? If you just say that, look, white people, this was your fault, and we know that this was white people's fault, because even if you're going to mock the guy for being unreasonable, all he'll do is come back saying that all who don't believe his logic are under a spell not to question everything a white man do. Wow, I mean, it's kind of true that white people are magical. What do you want me to say? Obviously, there's no magic involved, dummy. But no, white people are not in charge of cyclones. Explain why they know a cyclone is coming days before it hit, and why do they give it a name? Good question. How do they know? How do they know? I mean, look, if we can't explain how the shaman calls the lightning, how can we explain how white people just mystically know when the cyclones are coming? A storm have no name. They name it because it belongs to them. They created it to destroy African population, just like AIDS. Sorry, white people, what was that? You didn't do it? Bullshit. How has it got you? How have you already given it a name if you didn't create this? Just like AIDS, you've done this to wipe out Africa, which is why Africa currently has a record high of population. It doesn't look like it's going to slow down anytime soon. I mean, it's very much like the Palestinian genocide. The population of Palestine keeps growing, and that's genocide. And it's the same with Africa. You just don't understand. Basically, what I'm saying is you're a bloody racist. But this week, the BLF president, I'm not going to try and... MNGXITAMA. It's like they don't want me to pronounce these words. He charged in a statement that the cyclone, which hit Mozambique, Zimbabwe and Malawi, was not a natural disaster, but a direct consequence of the white Western system of ecological assault for profits. Does he mean HARP? Is he talking about, like, weather modification conspiracy theories, which apparently we don't have? Is that what he's talking about? They hold that the destroyers of the ecological balance it's global warming. Right, okay. Through greenhouse gas emissions must pay for the catastrophe that is caused by their gluttonous cultures and civilization of death. God, this is really uncomfortable because it's actually China and India that are doing this. Even if we like cut all of our greenhouse emissions, apparently it's less than like 10% of the world's greenhouse emissions. So looking at you, China and India, you know, you're going to have to pay the piper eventually. The multitudes that died as a result of the cyclone are not victims of a natural disaster. This is mass murder that could be prevented if the West abandoned its ways. Dude, we have basically abandoned our ways. We don't manufacture shit anymore. And we are so regulated these days that, man, and we've invented electric cars. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm all for electric cars. I understand that there's probably going to be resource difficulties with lithium for the batteries or something. I don't know, but I'm all for electric power, man. Anyway, this is their statement: Cyclone Idai, a tropical cyclone which hit blah blah. As a direct consequence, multitudes that have died is not a natural thing. Those who pollute and destroy our ecosystems must pay ecological reparations. Ecological reparations. That's what I'm going to call this video. Listen, colonizer, you've got to pay those ecological reparations, all right? To those who suffer as a consequence of their irresponsible actions. Yeah, no, natural disasters never happened before global warming. It's no longer speculation. Even the white man's own science corroborates what we blacks know. Whitey did it. That's what we blacks know. Whitey did it. It's your fault, white man. Right? Africa is paying a heavy price for the actions of the white world. What? Okay, yeah. The West pollutes? Not anymore, really. And the West must pay. Man, China and India, you guys are fucked. You literally, like, something like, again, like 90% or something of the pollution in the oceans comes from two rivers. Like one in China, one in India, the Ganges and the Yangtze or something, you know. But no, it's the West. Sorry, it's white. The white man did it. I guess it's because we invented it or something. I don't know. Who knows? Part of driving their conspiracy of recolonization is to profit from disasters. Recolonization. Again, are you not thinking of China? Are there not millions of Chinese people currently colonizing Africa? But no, I mean, it's white people, obviously. White people, they just a scourge on the earth. Just, I mean, obviously, they need to be stopped. The West has no incentive to stop destroying our planet. The West knows only one value, and that is to make profits. Actually, it was equal rights. That's the one value that has made the West, really. So, but anyway, profit's just incidental because we work hard. If the West is not stopped soon, then we should prepare for the extinction of our species. Okay, all right. I see that you've spoken to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Right? I think that she's being a little hyperbolic when she says 12 years. I think we might have slightly longer than that, just as a species. The BLF calls on the African Union to demand... What? Hang on, wait. What are the Eskimos going to do when the ice caps melt? Like, if it ends up being subtropical or something on the poles... And, you know, they get palm trees and they can know, you know, all the snow's gone, all the seal's gone, all that. And crops are growing, fruits coming off the trees. Are they going to be like, this is terrible. This is awful. How could they do this to us? And the thing is, the more I think about it, like, how did they get there in the first place? Like, who was the first group that was traveling? And we're like, right, okay, we're going to go across the Bering Strait, across this ice bridge into this new continent. And they get halfway and some guy's like, should we just stop on the ice? Is this... Look, there are walruses over there. We can build houses out of the ice. This is a great place to stop. But unsurprisingly, the BLF calls on the African Union to demand reparations and relief from the European Union and the United States of America for Cyclone Ida. What did the United States of America do? They didn't colonize Africa, did they? Africa is tired of carrying the burden of destructive behavior of the global white system of power and consumption. Dude, it's going to become a global system of Indian and Chinese power and consumption. And I don't think they're going to fucking listen. I do not think they're going to care about your opinion on this. But honestly, we didn't deliberately create cyclones. We didn't send it there on purpose. We're really sorry.